everybody. Kim Nathanson with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Arizona Properties. And I'm so excited today to have my special guest, my friend and fabulous designer, Adam P. Schiff. And I just do want to let everybody know we did not plan this. So
No, we didn't.
the red, it just
Synchronicity.
happens. Adam, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
So Adam, how have you been dealing with all of this COVID stuff? You know, I know you're handling it, but tell us a little bit. What's going on?
So I'm new here. I moved here from LA, and trying to get my business going here, which of course in the middle of COVID is like not the right time, but I've just been trying to get myself out there, doing a lot of virtual consultations, just connecting with great people in this city. And it seems like the city really needs me. So I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. We need some great designers out here. And, you know, I always have a lot of clients who are looking for design ideas and they ask me, and I'm so excited now to have you to refer to them. I've seen some of your work. It's amazing. But so I just want to ask you a few questions just to get started. So you moved here from LA.
I did.
And I've seen that you have done some celebrity homes and you have been on some Bravo and HD TV shows.
I have. So I was in LA for about 31 years, did a whole bunch of HGTV shows. I was on Million Dollar Decorator for Bravo. I've worked with a lot of celebrities, Melissa McCarthy, Anne Hathaway, Goldie Hawn, Quentin Tarantino. I could go on and on. So I'm bringing my LA cred here. Yeah.
Amazing. So are you finding that things are a little bit different here than LA? What areas have you mostly focused on right now?
So I do a lot of residential. That's what I love to do. I do some corporate stuff, commercial stuff, but yeah, it's very different here. I'm all about color and I love textures and patterns. And I feel like this area is very stuck in earth tones. And getting out there and talking to clients, a lot of them want color. They just don't know how to use it. So I'm trying to bring that because color's happy and we really need lots of happiness in these days with all the craziness in the world. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
That's great. I mean, look at us. This is color. I mean, how great is this that we're wearing color today? And I mean, in the color behind you, I love that tapestry behind you, the pineapples. Where did that come from?
So I used to work for an amazing company called Osborne and Little, and one of their textile and wallpaper designers, Matthew Williamson, who's incredibly talented, he does this. And I just love it. I love, again, the color, and it's just unique and different. And I love doing things that are special. I feel like what I give to clients is so intimate because they're living in my designs. And I want them to always be happy. And I always want them to think great things and think, I love that guy, Adam, not that jerk made me get this. And so I like going outside of the box.
So tell it, what are some of the trends that are going on today that you're using and you're designing?
So it's really interesting. It seems like Scottsdale, Phoenix area is kind of changing. A lot of houses are being torn down. A lot of people are going into the modern, which I love, modern and clean. And like I said, everybody's really into their earth tones. So I'm trying to give people like maybe not a whole room of color since it's a big adjustment, but using pops, like maybe do a couple chairs that have some patterns and colors on it. Using artwork is always a great thing. So just bringing in unique pieces. You know, a lot of people wouldn't be okay having an orange sofa. So maybe you have a beautiful area rug or something that just brings a little life to the room.
Absolutely. I know we're having, yeah, exactly. Everything is gray. Well, everything was here was, you know, the browns, and then everybody has gone to the grays now, you know, so I try to bring in some color too. And I want to say hi to Michelle and Kelly, Michelle Grar, Michelle Bogiano, Kelly Mulder, John Mish, they're all watching. And Kelly definitely said more color. So yay.
Yeah.
More color.
You love
so
color.
Let me ask
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So I was going to say, I'm kind of known for my fancy pants because I'm a big Mr. Turk fanatic. And that's all about colors and textiles and florals and patterns and textures. And so I kind of wear what I bring to the table.
Are you wearing those today?
Well, this is Mr. Turk. I'm actually just wearing jean shorts today.
Oh, okay.
I'm being casual.
With all your pants. I want to see these pants. I definitely want to see
I literally,
pants.
I probably
Let
have
me ask you another question. 150? Okay, wait. So I saw a couple pictures that had I saw a couple pictures that had you with sitting in your pants on a chair that matched your pants.
Yeah. So I have, like I said, about 150 pants. And now being in the heat of the desert, I've started buying the pants when they go on sale and making them into shorts.
See, that's a good idea. It's very hot out here right now. So yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Was it like definitely. 108 today?
It's hot. It's hot today, definitely. So a couple people that I know have done, they had, the browns in their home and they decided to paint a little bit. And I know two people that decided to go with blue. Is blue the new gray or the new tan? And I'm not talking about light blue. I'm talking about dark blue.
Blue is definitely one of the colors of the year this year. And people are going towards those bright blues, which is amazing. I mean, even if you do like an accent wall, or even if you do like a wallpaper, just an accent wall that's color and fun, it makes such a huge difference. And gray is so easy to match with. I mean, you really can use anything with gray. So it's, makes it easy. Again, taking these people that aren't used to color, but just want some newness and want to be different, it's a nice way of slowly working them into it. And I love doing things in phases so you can kind of live in it and feel it out and see if you like it. So yeah, I love blues. Blues are happy and they remind me of water, and I'm a big surfer, so I love blue.
Oh, nice. Yes, we miss our water. We have lakes here, but people don't think we have lakes in Arizona, but we do. But yeah, I definitely miss our oceans. So
I've just been seeing we have waterfalls around here. I just heard of Fossil Creek waterfalls.
Oh yeah, you should check. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. It's amazing. This will lead me into my next question, because that would be a great area for you to go. But where do you get your inspiration from?
I think I love nature. I'm a huge gardener. Doing exterior rooms is one of my specialties, and that especially in LA. But I'm noticing here a lot of people have these huge backyards and don't use them. And I don't have a huge backyard, but I turned it into a really nice garden with flowers and plants. And so I get a lot of color inspiration from that. And I mean, especially being in lockdown these days, I spend so much time sitting outside in the garden. It's like my little piece of normalcy. So nature is definitely a big piece of it.
Yeah, so that's why that Fossil Creek would be an excellent place for you to go to get inspiration. It's beautiful up there.
It looks amazing.
It is. And you're right. We do, even here, even in the hot weather, we do spend a lot of our time outside in our yards. And I think a lot of people tend to forget. They think about designing on the inside of their home, and they tend to forget about the designing on the outside in the backyard and the curb appeal in the front and courtyards and things like that, because people, you can't, I don't have a pool in my yard. This is the first house that I've lived in Arizona, and I don't have a pool, but my yard is my oasis. And to have a Zen garden or something in the back is just amazing, because we do sit in our backyards a lot. And I have seen some of the stuff on your website showing the gardens in the yards, and it's just absolutely beautiful, the things that you do.
Thank you. I agree with you. I think the outside should be an extension of the inside. And I love when things just flow. I love those big sliding glass doors. So literally it's like the inside is connected to the outside. And I feel like it should be another room of the house. You can have plants and flowers and fire feature, water feature, yard art. I love it all.
Oh, good. So how do you mix styles so if you go into somebody's home and they said, I love my furniture, I don't want to get rid of my furniture, but I need something new. So how do you mix styles, what you bring in with what they already have, to make it cohesive?
Well, I like to try to at least pull something out that will, I got a dog. At least will connect it and tie it all in together. I like eclectic. I don't like when everything is totally matchy and just too perfect. It should be comfortable. It's your house. You should be happy and enjoy it, and it should be relaxing. So I like to, if they say they have a sofa that they love, they don't want to change it out, an option is to recover it, to maybe bring something new in, or to pull from that and, like I said, maybe do some occasional chairs that maybe has that gray in it, but then you bring in something else like a blue or any other colors to just kind of tie it in. Also, the art, you can tie it in, the rugs, uh, all kinds of accessories you can use, and just really make it so it flows really nicely and it's happy.
Oh, nice. I like that. I like that. Okay. I have another question too. What about, since you talk about the furniture and the colors and you want those colors to be seen, what are good ways of using lights in your room?
So
And what type of lights?
lighting is really, really important. I'm a firm believer. I love having lights on a specific piece of art or sculpture or something like that. Uplighting is great. I love indoor plants. You can light that, and it really changes the whole effect of the room. I don't like the basic, boring, just tracks or cans. Cans can be nice if it's like a bigger room, more like a dining room where you want it really well lit. But I feel like
Mm-hmm.
in bedrooms or living rooms or places like that, to have really specific spots and things like that really make a huge difference.
Yeah, I had a lot of, when I purchased this home, I wasn't the original owner. I'm the second owner in this house, and the people that built this house had a lot of ceiling fans with lights.
That's
And
kind
the one, yeah, I don't know about that, but the one thing I did do is I got rid of all of them and I brought in really blingy, because I like bling, really blingy lights. And so it's, I make my lights as also as another accent piece in the
sure.
house, because you're drawn to the lights, and so you want to have some kind of, I always look at chandeliers or lighting as artistic as well.
Of course.
So
Yeah, I feel
yeah.
like everything should have a purpose. I don't like too much. I don't like when things are just overdone. It shouldn't take a lot of energy when you walk into a room, and there really shouldn't be any one thing that just totally grabs your attention. So with lighting, again, it should blend with everything else. It should have a nice flow, but it's also a huge opportunity to make like a nice little impact.
Right. Yeah. So I just want to remind some of our viewers, and I want to thank everybody, and shout out to Donna and Cheryl and some and Liz and all of you others who have joined. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to type it in, and I will ask Adam some of your designer questions. That's why he's here, to give us some information today. So if you have any questions, type it in, and I will ask Adam, and he'll give you an answer.
Love it.
Also another question. So my mom just recently sold her house, went from 21, almost 2,200 square feet to like 900 square feet. So when you're designing small spaces, what should you focus on? What are some good techniques and tips for designing small spaces?
Well, going from that, that's a huge size difference. And there's always the things that we're really attached to. So I like to go through with the client and kind of identify those things first, so that we know we have to work with these things and then really pare down. Again, it shouldn't be energy. It shouldn't take energy to be in the room. It should be relaxing and comfortable, and you shouldn't be walking into things everywhere you go,
Right.
which I do as I'm getting older. My knees keep knocking against things all the so
Yeah, I am.
yeah, I feel like everything should have their importance and everything should have their place.
That's great. So basically, and a lot of times when we get ready to have clients list their homes to sell it, that's what we do. We minimalize. We get rid of a lot of chunky stuff, and if we can,
Right.
and make it so the people can see the room. And I think that's what is important in designing is, focal points and what your eyes are drawn to. And if you have too much stuff, then your eyes are just like kind of all over the place.
Sure. And to your point, I also I do staging as well. And as you know, with your job, you want anybody that's coming to look at the house to be able to see themselves in it. And if it's over designed or if there's too much stuff, it's really hard to see the space, which is, as a realtor, what you're selling.
Right.
And when people
Exactly.
are living in those spaces, it's the same kind of idea. It shouldn't overtake everything.
Hmm.
It should be comfortable. It should be relaxing. So I've done a
Okay, great.
lot of paring down with clients, and it's interesting how many things it's hard for them to let go.
Oh yes. Oh yes, for
Yeah,
sure. So Kelly has a question.
sure.
She says, "Is gold hardware slash fixtures plumbing a fad, or is it here to stay?"
Hi, Kelly. I love that question. So I feel like fixture with the metallics is very specific to people's tastes. Gold can be difficult if you're going to do reselling, if it's everywhere, because it's very strong. I like to use the silvers and kind of stay even matte silver, so that it has its importance, but it's not so explosive. I've gone into bathrooms where literally there was so much gold hardware that that's what the focus of the bathroom was, and you couldn't really look at anything else. I feel like brass and gold and silver, it kind of comes and it goes. I definitely noticing a lot of people in Arizona love their gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Well,
other
I'm
thing I think
go ahead.
um, the other thing I think is it's really important to be consistent.
Hmm.
If you're gonna pick something, you should stick with it. It's really awkward when you go from room to room and the hardware is blatantly different between, the kitchen or the living room or the bedroom. But I like to have things like that be more tame and not be the focus.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I do a lot of silver and I have little touches of gold. Not in
Sure.
not in my faucets or anything like that, but in my metals throughout the house. But that's
Sure.
interesting to know that you're seeing a lot of gold in some of these and on the
I'm
faucets
so
in some of these houses
surprised.
here. Wow.
It's really
Interesting.
surprising. Well, especially with it's I think it's a lot of the older houses.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
modern tend to go, a lot of glass, a lot of silver, that those kind of colors.
Hmm.
So things are changing drastically, which I love, and it's so exciting because we have such an opportunity to make such a big difference. And I love
I
making a
agree.
difference in people's lives. Yeah.
I love it too. Okay, Serena just joined us and she said, "What do you think of all the gray and white? Will it be out soon? And what is the next greatest trend?" Great question, Serena.
No, that is a really good question. I think grays and whites are good bases for your palette, but you should bring in that oomph, that surprise color that's really going to make the difference in the room. Otherwise, it can be boring and drab. Um, you can do a lot with paint. There's so many options to go outside the box. But I feel like the grays and the whites are a good basic, especially for the people that are not the change is not doesn't come easy to them.
Hmm.
I like to slowly work them into it. Chances are, once they're in it, they love it. I was talking about the orange sofa earlier. I had a client who wanted to get a white sofa. She had kids, she had dogs, and I said, "You can't. There's just no way. It's going to get destroyed." And we went back and forth, and then finally she let me go with it. She got an orange sofa, and she called me 2 weeks later and was like, "This is the best thing I've ever done. Everyone that comes over loves it. I am so happy you talked me into this." She's letting me be in charge of everything now, and it's
Oh,
great.
that's awesome. That's awesome. I do
Now,
have to say
another,
first, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say another thing with people that aren't used to working with color, it's really easy to use pillows and throws and things like that to kind of slowly work into it, because they're not expensive. If you hate it, you can change it, or if you get bored with it, you can change it. It's not as big as a commitment as a sofa or a chair.
That's true. That's true. I was just going to tell you, I actually just bought my couch is gray, but I do have pops of orange and red and blues in my paintings throughout my house, and I just bought an orange and red um, throw pillow for the couch to bring in more color. I wish it was bigger, but it does. I never thought that I would be an orange girl, but I am actually loving it. I love orange.
It's a
Yeah,
great color.
so it
It's
is a
definitely
great
a
color.
great color.
It's a
Colors
great.
are,
It
I
is.
mean, they're just so fun and they just make such a difference. And when you're having a bad day and you come home to color, it lifts you up.
Great. I absolutely love it. Let me ask you a question here. How do you balance a great design and a great designer like you with a budget? If somebody doesn't have a lot of money, but they definitely need some inspiration in their home, how do you work with people that have a budget that's not as big as everybody else would like?
So I actually like working with people like that. First of all, usually it's their first time with a designer, so it's a pretty big deal for them to take that step. And again, I love working in phases. You know, a lot of people, especially people that have second houses here, they want everything done at once. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's important to get the basics, get the most important things, you know, your dresser, your bed, your dining table and chairs, your sofa, and then from there, you can really play with your accessories, with your art, with your furnishings. And there's so much you can do with a smaller budget. You know, it's not going to be an overnight change. It might be a slow change. It might be, you know, let's work on this room first. Let's see how you feel about it, live in it. Then they'll have a better understanding where they want to go with it, and it's more comfortable for them. A lot of people have never worked with designers before, and I'm the first one they're working with. And it can be daunting to somebody who doesn't have that vision or can't necessarily see what the end result's going to look like. So it's a good way for them to kind of slowly feel comfortable and safe. And there's so much you can do. So I'm happy to work with any budget for the most part.
I love that because sometimes when you get a designer, you feel obligated
Right.
to, spend the money, spend so much money for them to come in and do, your whole house. But I like the fact that,
Right.
if somebody's working with a smaller budget, you'll come in and you'll just work with them on a specific area. And then for one time, then they can move on to the next room. I have tons of clients that bought new homes. So a lot of them, got rid of all of their furniture and a lot of things when they sold the old house. So when they moved into the new house, they wanted to start fresh, and then they're overwhelmed with, getting the whole house together at once. So I like the fact
Right.
that you'll work with them, and do it on a slow pace and a
Yeah. Oh, no,
nice budget
absolutely.
with them.
Sure. And I feel like once they see and they get that feeling and they're loving what they've gotten so far, it makes it easier for them to go to the next steps. And I think it's important for people to really live in the space as well and see what they need, see how they feel about it. Because I used to work in showrooms, and I would often have clients come in and literally just buy the whole vignette. And that's kind of basic. I mean, it's in the bigger scheme of when you're living in your house, I like it to be different. There's also a lot of levels of furniture that you can buy. You don't necessarily have to get the Holly Hunt, $50,000 sectional. There's lots of amazing pieces out there that are far less, great quality, and it's definitely doable. And part of my job is leading them to those kind of things and letting them see that they can still have that amazing design, but not on, like a $500,000 budget.
Right. I love that. I love that. So, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about that I might not have touched on today?
I mean, feel like we've talked about a lot of great things, but I just want to let everybody know that I'm excited to be in Arizona, and I'm really looking forward to working with everybody and making some great changes. And I want to change up the way things are done in this city. I feel like what you mentioned about people not feeling comfortable maybe stepping up to their designer. I've gone behind a lot of designers that the client wasn't really happy, but for some reason didn't feel safe speaking up. And part of my job is really making sure that they are comfortable and they do feel safe. And like I said earlier, I want everybody to be thrilled with what they have.
Absolutely, because especially today, when we are confined to our homes a little bit
Sure.
more than we want to be, you want to be in a
Right.
space that, like you said, makes you happy, makes you comfortable. You enjoy being home because who knows how long we're going to have these situations. We're going to end
Oh,
up in our homes
right.
a lot more lately.
Sure. No,
But
absolutely.
I did want to say to the people online, and thanks, Joan, for joining us as well. But and Eric and Kristen, thank you everybody for joining us today. If you're in the area and you are considering some designing changes in your home, and you would love to maybe work with Adam. He is definitely willing to give an hour free consultation. Obviously, he can do it via online computer. You can take him through the house, and he can, talk to you and see some of the things. And when we do open up a little bit more, and he's able to come by, he's offering that. You do have to mention my name, though, in order to get it. I will, when I repost this on Facebook, I will give Adam's contact information,
sure,
so people can reach out directly to Adam.
And my website is adampschiff.com. So if you want to see more or learn a little more about me, that's the place to go.
Yes, and if you have any questions, he would love to talk to you and answer any of those questions that you have. Thank you for your questions today. We appreciate that, and I am so happy and thankful that you joined me today, Adam. It was so wonderful, and I appreciate all your comments and your answers, and I definitely look forward to working with you myself.
Hey, well, thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to have connected with you. You're such an amazing person, and you're so kind, and I feel the same.
Thanks, Adam. And you know what? This is just a clue right here. I mean, honestly, people, we did not talk ahead of time and put on red together. It's just a sign,
Right. Synchronicity. I love it.
All right. Well, thanks again, Adam. And thank you to everybody who joined us today. And again, if you have any questions, adampschiff.com. And I will also put his other contact information down below, and give him a call. He's an amazing guy.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.